Do you want to start a daily witchcraft practice, but you just don't know where to begin? Well, you don't need any elaborate rituals, just small, simple steps that you can integrate into your routine on a daily basis. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can do that, personalize your practice, and help you feel more connected and empowered. My name is Sandra. I'm the author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path. I have been a witch for over 35 years, and I help other witches who are feeling overwhelmed and unsure of where to start or how to deepen a practice, confidently integrate magic into their lives on a daily basis. And if you want to know where to start your witchcraft practice, like where to begin, what do we do, and how to pace yourself along your learning trail for roughly a year and a day, I have a free masterclass called How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice. There's a link in the description field below this video, and you can also find it on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. And if you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. So let's dive into how to create a really simple daily practice. This doesn't require a ritual. Now, I do teach ritual daily practices in my courses, but for a lot of people, especially when you're just starting out, or you've sort of got a bit slack for a while and you've allowed life to get in your way, and so you haven't been practicing, just doing these few simple things, these 5 simple things on a daily basis can really help you connect to your practice. And you don't need to do all 5 of them either. You could just pick a couple to do on a daily basis. And as small as they may be, they really do help you connect to your practice. First and foremost, the reason why you want to have a daily practice is it helps build consistency in your practice. So it reminds you of what you're doing on a daily basis, and it helps you connect to yourself and your craft. It's an opportunity for you to turn up for yourself, to remove yourself from the daily stuff that happens, and to refocus on your purpose and on who you are. Another reason why you might want to do a daily practice is because it deepens your intuition. The more you're connecting with yourself, with deities, with the earth, with nature on a daily basis, the more you're tapping into your own intuition and your own connection to your higher self. And number 3 is it's going to align you with energy, the energy of the universe, your own energy, and the energy of magic. So the first practice that you can do is to set a morning intention. Now, I like to do intentions as soon as I wake up. So when you're still in that alpha wave state, you're waking up into the day, you want to set a positive intention. You want to be thinking positively about the day so that you're not waking up wanting to stay in bed, wanting to sleep in. You're just wanting to enjoy the day, get into the day. And that intention may be something like, I invite peace and clarity today. Whatever your intention is, you could decide what that might be before you go to bed the night before. And as soon as you wake up, set that intention and focus on what peace and clarity feel like. Number 2 is stirring your magic into beverage of choice. So whether you have tea, whether you have coffee or water or whatever it is that you drink in the morning, stir your intention into that drink. It could be the same intention that you wake up with. I invite peace and clarity into my day. And say that as a little chant as you're stirring your tea or coffee. Now, if you're in the northern hemisphere, you want to stir that clockwise. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you want to stir it anti-clockwise. And that is magic. You are doing magic. You're doing a spell. Every morning when you have your cup of coffee or tea or beverage of choice, you're bringing your intention that you've just woken up with into your day magically. It's a simple thing, but it really can help you get going, because what you're going to do then is drink that drink, and you've already put your intention into that drink. So you're drinking your intention and allowing it to magically fulfill your body. Practice number 3 is lighting a candle. This ritual of lighting a candle is incredibly powerful because it's an action and it is also something to focus on. So when it comes to lighting a candle on a daily basis, you may light the candle and then focus on your intention. So if your intention is on peace and clarity that day, feel into what that peace and clarity would feel like as you watch the flame burning the candle. Now, this candle isn't a candle that has to burn down like a spell candle. It can be a candle that you light and you leave it lit while you're doing the ritual, and then when you're finished, you snuff it out. But what it is, it's giving you something to focus on. Another good thing to really focus on, particularly if you're wanting to build your practice and you're wanting to build more concentration so that when you come to do spell work, you can focus on what it is you're wanting to create without getting distracted, is to watch that candle flame for 3 to 5 minutes, trying as hard as you can to not allow your mind to go off on a tangent. This isn't an easy exercise to do, but it's a really basic exercise in spell casting. Learning to have some concentration. So you light the candle, you focus on the flame, and you try not to think of anything else but that flame. Now, of course, all sorts of things are going to enter into your mind, and you're going to find that over that 3 to 5 minutes, you're going to have to bring the mind back to the candle over and over and over again. That's okay. That's normal. That will happen. But as you practice this more and more and more, you'll find that you'll be able to hold that focus for longer. Because in spell casting, you need to be able to focus on what it is that you're wanting to create for at least 60 seconds. So you want to practice that on a daily basis with your candle. And it's not just about doing this for spell work. This helps calm the mind and calm the nervous system. So you're starting your day out with focus and with peace and calm. Number 4, pick a tarot card or an oracle card and do a reading for the day. Now, it could be a number of different ways you want to do this. You might want to ask, what will the day bring? Or you may want to ask, how should I conduct my day? Or what would be helpful for me to know today? Or what would bring the best results for me today? Pick the card and interpret the card. You could meditate on the card. You can imagine that you're the character in the card, if the cards have characters on them. Or you can just focus on the card and allow yourself to just free think and allow whatever thoughts come into your mind to come into your mind as you're staring at the card, and allow your intuition to flow through with inspiration or ideas or thoughts for you for that day. Or if you're new to tarot, you can just look up the book and find out what the meaning is, and then how does that apply to your day. Now, you can do this at the end of the day as well, in reflection of your day. So you might pull a card at the end of the day. What can I learn today? What was today about? What was a highlight of today? And see what the cards actually tell you, and then go over your day and see where the meaning of that card may have manifested itself that day. And practice number 5, journaling. If you like to write, journaling is something that you may love to spend quite a bit of time on. There are various different journaling methods, but one that I really like is the free thinking. So you just write. You don't edit it, you don't correct the spelling, you don't scribble anything out, you just free form write, or what we sometimes call automatic writing. And this is just to allow things to flow. It could be ideas flowing, it could be what you're thinking and feeling flowing, and just get it out there on paper. And then read it back and see whether there's anything in that that you need to work on. You may be flowing with some concerns for the day. Well, how can you deal with those concerns? How can you meet those concerns? Or you just might be flowing with inspiration for the day, and those ideas may be something that you can work on that day, or you may need to shelve that day. The free thinking doesn't have to be about your spirituality. It could just be about your daily life, because everything in your life is spiritual. Everything in your life can be food for your witchcraft practice and your spiritual path. So take note of how you're writing and what you're writing, and if there's anything in there that you may need to do some shadow work on, or maybe some spell work on, and you could either do that day or just put it on the shelf for another day to work on. But this is a way of you getting to know how you're thinking, and how you're feeling and connecting to yourself. And a lot can come out of that. Now you can do these practices in the morning, and I prefer the morning myself, or you can do these practices in the evening. And if you are wanting to do these practices in the evening, even the first practice where you're thinking intentionally that I invite peace and calm into my day, you can think that as you're falling asleep at night as well. So if your intention before you're falling asleep is the same as the one you wake up with, you're more likely to bring this into fruition. These are just different types of magic. Magic isn't always just sitting in front of a candle or doing sigils or casting incantations. Magic can be the simple little things that we do before we fall asleep and when we wake up, and just the little things that we do in between, having a cup of coffee, lighting a candle, writing in our journal, and doing things like that. So there are 5 practices that you can use. Let me know in the comments if you do other practices and what practices work for you, and if you're thinking of adopting any of these particular practices. And if you do want to do a daily practice and have one that is a little bit more formal, that involves a little bit more ritual, I do have a short course called The Ultimate Guide to Starting a Wiccan Practice That Works. It's in the description field below this video. It's also on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. And that course is a bonus in my larger Mystery Witch School 101 Academy, which is my course on witchcraft that shows you right from the beginning of what you need to learn, what you need to develop and do skill-wise over a 12-month period. And you get the ultimate guide to starting a Wiccan practice that works as a bonus with that course, as well as the Witch's Guide to Magic as a bonus with that course. And that's another course that I have that is purely about magic and spell casting. So the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy is full of a lot of witchcraft and magic and things that can help you integrate magic and spirituality into your life on a daily basis. There's a link in the description field below this video, and you can also find it on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. Now, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching the video. I will see you on the next one. Blessed be.